When you think of Capoeira in fighting game, you would think of Eddie Gordo. I don't play Tekken, but I believe that he's an annoying character. You can mash or throw away your controllers and you can still get a win. But we can deny the fact that he plays a crucial role in drawing our attention to the world of Capoeira. And maybe some of us might be thinking that what if there is a fighting game with every character being Eddie? And you found it, Capoeira Fighter 3. This is, in my opinion, one of the greatest fighting games ever. And it kinda bothers me that the game doesn't get the attention it deserves, which is why I made this video. But first, I will talk a bit about the creator of this game. The game is made by Serotonin Media, led entirely by Scott Stoddard. He does more than just making game though. He has a world record for rubber shot collection. He's a ninja warrior and he's also a climber, specifically a boulder. There's not much information about Scott, but we can guarantee that he's a big fan of Capoeira, which can be seen in his first game, Capoeira Fighting 1. The game only has one character, one background, and lots of simple combos. It is like, in my opinion, a demo for Capoeira 2. And in Capoeira 2, the game has improved dramatically with a variety of new characters as well as sets. And so Scott decided to make an even bigger step, and this is how Capoeira Fighter 3 is made. As the title suggests, this game is based on Capoeira, an African-Brazilian martial art that revolves dancing moves that are designed to hurt the opponent. There are just a few of games that also have Capoeira as primary, but as I can tell, none of them is as good as this game. Like for example, we have a Steam game called Martial Arts Capoeira. The game is alright. Sadly, it has mixed reviews for no graphic options, broken gameplay, outdated graphics, etc. Anyway, Capoeira 3 has a total of 29 characters, with all of the characters portrayed are drawn in fully detailed anime style. Once you pick a character, or two, I'll talk about it later, you will get to the match with good looking background and NPCs surrounding the players playing music. These people are known as bacteria, and they create a musical atmosphere using traditional instruments. You can also get treated with the most stunning and smoothest animation for every character, but if you look closely, they are not draw sprites. They are actually cel-shaded polygons, and in case you don't know about cel-shade, it's a mix of 3D graphics with outlines to create cartoonish but also realistic models. The Walking Dead Telltale series is a great example for that. I wasn't notice that at first until I watched a video of Scott Stoddard which shows a character animation that is made in 3D style. Scott has done an excellent job putting 3D animation into Flash game. I think this game looks way better than any other fighting games made in Flash, including King of Fighter Win. You might think that since the game is based on Capoeira, like the title suggests, everyone would play the same, but no. Scott managed to create diversity between characters, so each Capoeira fighter has different playstyle as well as movesets. Strength and stamina also contribute to the diversity. For example, we have Cobra, who mixes traditional dancing with snake fighting style, allowing for quick movement as well as combo. We have Bulldog, a slow, big boned woman with powerful kick range. And then we have Zombie Azul. If you know Street Fighter, you already know who Akuma is. Zombie Azul is basically what if Akuma and Eddie decide to get married. Although he's slow, he compensated with his insanely high damage, and he even has raging demon like Akuma. Also, if you are bored of the same Capoeira over and over, then the game actually has characters with different fighting style. We have Lei Long with Jeet Kune Do, Ali Long with boxing, and we even have a couple of aliens who decide to visit the Earth. In terms of gameplay mechanics, we have Hell Bars, and the small green bars below are the stamina. Each attack will consume stamina and it will recover. Depending on the characters you choose, the higher stamina stat, the faster the stamina recovery is, which means the character with high stamina can do combo very often. The bottom bars, also known as the hyper bars, allow you to perform hyper combo. After choosing a character, you can select an additional power to apply to their hyper combo damage, for example, allowing you to deal bigger damage, healing to recover some health, speed allowing crazy combo chain. There are 9 additional powers in total. The game also has an unique mechanic which is called Special Dodge. This allows you to escape the combo from the opponent with the cost of half of your stamina bar. Conserve your stamina is crucial as running out might make you extremely vulnerable to opponent's attack. And as I mentioned earlier, you can pick 2 characters at a time and you can tap the down button twice in order to test your teammate. Playing as a tag team is different compared to playing solo. When playing as a team, you two will have lower health, get tired easier, and if one of your teammates is defeated, then it's game over no matter how much health your racing teammate has. For the controls, the button represents different attacks by each part of body, so basically right and left punch, right and left kick. You can hold a directional button for more type of attack, quick attack by just hitting an attack button, move forward plus attack for medium, and move backward plus attack for strong. And in terms of combos, each character has 3 special moves and 3 hyper combos. With all these tools, you can make your own combos simply by knowing how their body works, as long as the opponent doesn't escape with their special dodge. Here's an example. And here's another example.
Poppycock! Yes, yes, KO, take that! Poppycock!
For Flash game, Scott has put a lot of efforts into replayability as well. There are arcade mode, versus mode, featuring special rules like ring out, minigames, survival, and even demo mode where we can watch 2 AI opponents fighting each other. In arcade mode, you will choose a character as usual, and depending on the storyline, the game will choose a teammate or not at all. Again, depending on how the story goes. After winning a few matches, you will get to choose one of the upgrades, and in the middle of the story, the game will branch out to 2 parts that you can choose, each with different matches as well as ending. An interesting detail of this mode is that the character stories connect with each other. This is an example of Mastery Loka and Jamaica. So in this cutscene, Loka intends to bring Furaka with him and tell Jamaica to protect his students. Jamaica disagrees, and so Loka has to decide who to go with. And in Furaka's story, Furaka also intends to go with Loka. The versus mode is, I guarantee, the most fun mode. Not only you can choose between different rules, you can also set the match the ways you want in options, especially straight handicap with 7 as much damage boost. The default handicap is 3 for both players. My favorite options for versus match are computer skill 10, 60 seconds per round, 5 rounds total, and straight handicap to 6 for 1v1, 4 for 2v2. This option not only makes the match feel more fast-paced, the damage you deal to the opponent is more satisfying, and overall, the game is more fun to play that way. That's just my opinion, and you can set the match however you want. And to know if there are hosts for this game, there actually is. Scott Stoddard is currently updating the game. The link of his channel will be in the description. You can also DM him in Instagram where he will give you the original file of the game. I would recommend doing that instead of trying to find the game on Flashpoint because the game appears to be unplayable. Big shout out to Reflash for encouraging me to make this video. If you like playing Flash game but only had a smartphone, this app is for you. You can download your favorite Flash game to play offline, which means you can bring your phone and play Flash game anywhere and anytime you want. That's the end of the video, and thanks for watching.